Gentlemen, welcome back to my actually clean desk, and in today's episode we are going to be unboxing a HobbyKing order. Now we always know that it's going to be a good order or a good delivery when we get a battery warning like that on the side of our boxes. So I will be opening this with a craft knife, but I will also be going very gingerly with it as well. Now obviously we're not going to receive a model in this one, so let's go and get this one unpacked. I'm just looking to see how we can get this one open. Again, I'm following the seams. I'm not stabbing the knife in there because we do know that there's going to be Lipo batteries in here. So let's open this around the side. And there's going to be some odd shaped Lipos in here as well. Lipos which I personally wouldn't have normally bought myself, but they are for somebody else. We'll find out what they are in a few moments time. So yeah, most HobbyKing orders are quite well packed. Let's chuck that in the filing cabinet over there. Ooh, what have we got here? And I'm assuming that you can see this okay on the iPad. Yes, you can. Okay, so we've got some tiny little Nano-tech 500 milliampere hour battery packs, little 1S battery packs. And these are actually for Andrew. I asked him if I put it in a couple of groups, so I'm putting an order in today. Does anybody want anything? Because it all saves on postage. So Andrew said he wanted some of those battery packs and a couple of other batteries as well. Just pop that out of the way. We do have a collection of servos, and I'm just going to put these out on the desk so they're in the right order. Let's have a quick look. Those are different. 939, 238. Okay, let me get these organised out on my desk. I've got these the wrong way round, haven't I? There we go, like so. And you'll be able to see these over on the iPad. So the first servo which I've got is the DS238MG. Now the DS stands for Digital Servo. 238, I don't know what it means. It's probably a measurement. I'm sure one of you will let me know in the comment section underneath this video. But I do also know that MG stands for metal gear. So I am trying to use metal geared servos wherever I can. Let's open her up and we'll take a look to see what we've got in the package. So we've got some, by the looks of it, those are side mounting supports for the actual servo itself. We've got a cross adapter, a servo horn, we've got a circular, and then we've just got a white, well, just a single normal one on there. Plenty of screws, some little brass or little brass-like rivets on there. We've got some rubber bungs as well, and of course in here we've got the Servo 2. Now the reason why I've gone for these is because they've got loads and loads of torque in them. I will be using them in the Team Legit Wombat, the Twinzoo, and the FG36. I think these, I need to get, so I'll get this right for you. Specifications, torque, 4 kilograms. That is the reason why I bought these servos, and that's why we've got 6 here. The torque on them is 4 kilos. Now, over on my wall there, I've got the Teksumo. I was using the TowerPro MG90S servos, which, by the way, I hasten, they are metal geared and they are cheaper than the cheap HobbyKing plastic servos. In fact, I will put a link to those in the video description for you because they are absolutely brilliant for most normal models. So looking down there, I've got a mini Talon. I'm using them in the mini Talon. The FX61 Phantom Flying Wing, that's got the TowerPro servos in it. The XN, the Phoenix 2000, the BFG, the Slow Stick, the Almost Slope Soaring Wings have all got those TowerPro servos in them. Absolutely brilliant. In fact, we can see them there in that flying wing, which is a slope wing, and we've also got them in the Hornet FPV flying wing as well. Absolutely brilliant servos. But with the Team Legit builds, I need servos which can go the extra mile. And that's why I was using the Teksumo as a reference. Servos like this one can provide 4 kilograms worth of torque, which when you're flying at the extremes, which I personally do kind of like to fly at the extremes, means that we get a far more responsive model. So I've been and bought 6 of these Corona servos. They have done me very, very well. I'll put links to not only the HobbyKing website, but also Banggood. And if they've got them available on GearBest as well, I'll put links to these in there. And the reason for the multiple sites is because you may find them cheaper elsewhere. And those are the 3 normal sites to find these items on there. The other servo which I've got, and I'll open this one up on the iPad for you, is a DS, so another digital servo, 939 and MG, again metal geared again, but this one is much smaller. So in fact, let me go and get the other one out so you can do a like for like comparison. And I think I might even run and just grab on one of the standard servos, the 9-gram servos out of my desk as well. So that is the 238 servo, and we'll put it next to the 939 servo, and these have a whopping, get this, I'll put it on the side, 2.5 kilos of torque available to them, and they are really, really pokey little servos. I will be personally using this in my new WingWing Z-84 build, which is down there on the floor. In fact, I've already got 2 of these servos already earmarked for that model. And the reason why I'm using these servos for the WingWing Z-84 is because on my previous build, it took an absolute beating and the servos just couldn't cope with the amount of airflow running across the surfaces because I was running it on 4S and it was doing about 100 plus miles an hour. So yeah, absolutely diddy little servo, well, just normal size servos as I would call them, compared to the 238 servo. So yeah, much smaller on there. Again, in the box, let me just put that one over there. In the box, we've got goodies, just basically a baby version of what we had before. We've got little servo control horns. This time, we've just got a single arm, whereas in the 238 pack, we had a cross one, which we'd probably want to cut down. This one does come with a cross, straight through, a circular, and a dedicated arm, again with all the screws and the little brass inserts for fittings too. So yeah, fantastic little servos. All of these servos have actually already been earmarked for models. So I do have an FMS Edge 540 down here, which was sent to me for review by GearBest. It didn't come with servos. So looks like these little 939s, the 2 spare which I had, and now I'm going to go in here and we'll probably put bigger ones in the wings. I'll need to check the wings and the boxes to see what size servos they actually take. Now, I do need to pause for a cuppa because it's absolutely freezing in this office this morning. Let's put that cuppa to one side. We do also have some batteries as well, so let's just put those there a moment. In fact, I'm going to shunt all that to one side so you can see it over there on the iPad. We've got 2 battery packs which have also been arrived. These are the Zippy 2200 4S 25C rated batteries. Now, obviously, not the best batteries in the world. Personally, I find the Turnigy A-Spec batteries to be absolutely fantastic. But there was very few, well, there was none of those on the HobbyKing 12 Days of Fail Christmas. So I went for these ones instead. Let's open these up and have a nose. Now you notice that I'm not putting a knife anywhere near this because I've only ever punctured one battery, and that was by accident with a pin, and it wanted to go up in flames pretty quickly. So yeah, Lipos, you do need to go a little bit careful with these, and I'll show you this. I'll just give it proportions on my hand so you can see it on the iPad. Yeah, decent sized battery, 2200 4S. What I also do with all my batteries, and what I'm trying to do right now, is that I put some glass fiber tape, which I'm just looking for, which annoyingly I can't see. Oh yeah, I can. There we go. Some thinner glass fiber tape like that. I will wrap a piece over the end because I do find the plastic is very brittle and breaks. I'll put a piece of that over either side. Also, what I do is on the end of the battery is write the date when I received the battery too. So in this case, it will be 12/16 for the 12th month of 16. I mean, I'm sure you know how dates work. But the point being is I then know when that battery was received to the point it starts puffing or I get issues with it. So, and again, there's no point me putting HobbyKing on there because I know that I only ever buy the zippy batteries from HobbyKing. XTC connector, again a really nice connector on the battery. It's one of the harder plastic ones rather than the cheapo plastic XT60 connectors. Nice flexible lead on the balance lead as well. And the last thing which I'll do to my battery as well is put fluffy Velcro on the bottom as well, so I can fix them into my models. So we've got 2 of those, and we'll put those there, and then 2 more batteries, and these batteries were for Andrew to go in his Reptile S800 Sky Shadow. Believe it or not, my model, you saw that what I did to that. Well, if you haven't seen what I did to that model, well, it's behind us at the moment. In short, I absolutely caned it. I wanted to do not the standard reviews for a model, and from the second her maiden went well, we took her out for an FPV flight, and I kind of landed it in a tree. Oops. I also did it at full pelt into 2 trees. One of those was inverted, and then the other time I got a dare and I've smashed it all the way through some trees with 2 trees really close to each other. Got it through the first time. The second time I tried going through a gap about that big and stuffed it in the tree. So anyway, my point being, Andrew's been and bought one of those Sky Shadow wings, and he needed some batteries to go with it. So again, these came up on the HobbyKing deals. Now, I will be honest with you, I do not rate these blue batteries at all. Okay, for my own uses, and you've seen how hard I push my models, I wouldn't suggest these blue Turnigy ones. But Andrew is probably a little bit more sensitive with the old throttle, whereas mine is like an on and off switch. Andrew is a far more experienced pilot than myself, and will be a little bit more steadier than what I am on the old throttle. So yeah, I'll put that on the iPad so you can see it. Straightforward 2.2 3S battery. The ones which I've personally had of these, via the Puff, the 4S version of these I've also had. Then I've had dead cells in them as well very, very quickly. I've personally not been that impressed with these. But on the flip side, I bought some of these zippy ones. The little 2S versions of these I run in my Bonsai flying wing. And I can tell you, pretty much every flight, I fly it until it falls out the sky because the battery's gone dead. And I've never had a single issue with the zippy batteries under like light load, because it's only a little 2S battery on a little small motor. These ones, I needed some more 4S batteries. They were cheap, so I bought them. How long they last, got no idea. Check back with this channel in a couple of months' time, and we'll see how they actually do. So that's what we've been and received today. We've got some, starting from the beginning, we have some small, tiny little Nano-tech batteries. Those are for Andrew for some of his indoor flying. We've got a collection of servos. Again, I'll put links to these in the video description for you. They are Corona's DS238MG. Bigger servo, more torque, 4 kilograms worth of torque. I run those in my Teksumo. My Teksumos, and they are exceptionally overpowered. To give you a heads up, they run a D35-36 motor. Depending when I've got 2 Teksumos, one runs 3S, one runs 4S. On the 3S, that is got the same motor, the D35-36 1450 kV motor with a 9x6 prop, and that's my 3S, and I have a 100 amp ESC underneath it. And then on the 4S setup, I have a 8x6 propeller, again with a 100 amp ESC, and the moves I can pull out on that one. In fact, it's absolutely bonkers. You go back and just search Teksumo on this channel and you will see some of the flights which I have with it. I can actually make a Teksumo hyperstall. You smash it as far up into the sky as you dare, turn it back round, full pelt towards the ground, and it comes in and goes bang and stops dead. That's how good those servos are, because when I was using the TowerPro ones before, which I hasten to add are fine for normal models, those ones had the extra yank in them to pull those elevons up to the point the model literally just hyperstalls and stops dead and just fell out the sky. Absolutely crazy. And for the smaller models, I've got some of the DS939MG servos, and I'll be using those as tail servos. on the Wombat and the Twinzoo, the two Team Legit wings, which I've got here as well. And I'll also be using these in my new mental WingWing Z-84. Also, we had some battery packs. We had the Zippy 2200 4S. They were cheap. If they last me a couple of months, I'll be happy and I won't complain, because I will bring them and spank them really, really hard. And then for Andrew, we've been and received some of the blue Tonergy batteries. They'll be fine for Andrew. They just don't last me. But then I have quite a unique flying skill, on and off. I just need to change my throttle to an on and off switch, to be honest. So with that said, what have you been and bought from HobbyKing over the last couple of days? They have been running the 12 days of Christmas, which has, for the vast majority of it, been a bit of a flop. I had those servos, I needed those servos for the builds going on here, and then Andrew said he wanted some other bits, and then I saw the batteries come up yesterday, so I grabbed a pair of the zippy ones. What have you been buying in the HobbyKing sale? Was there anything which took your fancy? I know, just talking from a personal point of view, I did buy the Defcon Scout seaplane. Absolutely brilliant little thing. Unfortunately, I managed to smash it up, not once, but twice. Did that little model tempt you, or was there another model? Do let me know in the comments section underneath this episode. And with that said, from myself, Matt, thank you ever so much for taking the time to watch this episode, and I shall see you in the next one. Cheerios!